China has decided that it won't be attending a climate change summit hosted by Britain as relations between the two countries deteriorate. Tensions have escalated over Beijing's human rights record. Leaders from 35 countries are taking part, including the United States, the European Union and India. China, the world's largest carbon emitter, had been expected to play a leading role. The meeting is touted as a key run-up to a global United Nations climate conference in November. Ollie Barrett joins us live now for more on this. Ollie, a further setback in relations between Britain and China.
It certainly is. The UK is making it very clear that China was invited to attend these talks and certainly had been advertised on the previous listings for the schedules and so on that Beijing would indeed be in attendance. So this is an about turn and does represent just the latest episode in worsening ties between London and Beijing. It's also a big challenge for the United Kingdom as it hosts that crucial summit, COP26, in Glasgow in November. It certainly also hopes that China will be in attendance at that summit. It also represents a real difficulty in terms of the UK government's current strategy when it comes to China. Over the last 2 or 3 weeks, Britain has been setting out its foreign policy aims and ambitions for the next decade and has identified China in those documents and strategy reports as a systemic threat, but also saying that it wants to work with China on key issues, to develop business ties, to work specifically on the issue of climate change as well. So it not only is a challenge in regards to these rounds of climate discussions, it's a challenge with regards to London's very strategy when it comes to dealing with Beijing.
But without engaging, the world's largest carbon emitter, Ollie, does this spell trouble for perhaps future efforts to tackle climate change at all?
It does make it really difficult for efforts around climate change. And as I say, specifically around UK efforts to be a global leader on this issue. Boris Johnson's post-Brexit global Britain government, as he calls it, wants to show that it can demonstrate leadership on issues like climate change on the global stage, and it wants to make sure that COP26 in November is a summit that can make a genuine difference. Now, if China weren't to be in attendance and engaging with those issues in the run-up to and at the summit itself, then that will not only make the UK government's task very difficult in this regard, it will make the broader ambitions of climate activists to get on top of this issue very difficult as well.
Ollie, thank you very much for that. Ollie Barrett there in London.